You are currently observing Coriander Society Adventures. Tormented by Gnomes is your game master. The cast is represented by Beatdown Boulevard, Ninja Man Matt, and Pods of War. Welcome to Dragoon.
All right.
Wow.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We promised from day one this is a world hopping campaign, and now we deliver.
This was different and awesome, and I loved it.
Stepping through the portal is not immediate. It feels like instead of you walking forwards, the world behind you is moving backwards. Your perception of time bends and then snaps, hurling you at unbelievable speed through a swirling tunnel of silver plasma. The coruscating energy of the multiverse is all around you, whirling past you. Gravity flips and fluctuates without rhyme or reason. There's no wind on your face, just the sensation of incomprehensible speed. Gastone, please roll 1d100.
Oh God. /R1D100.
Okay. Despite the mishaps that Haura suffered with the portal, there is no critical malfunction.
Good.
It's good, right?
Yes. But
Pretty good.
what I just described is only what John and Gastone are experiencing.
What?
Ooh.
Asena,
Yes.
you walk through the portal and you find yourself floating, weightless. It's like you're underwater, but without the pressure of the water all over. The sensation of being completely immersed is gone. Instead, there's just emptiness. In the free gravity, your hair sort of starts to float outwards. Your clothes don't hang on you the way that they normally do. You are suspended in a silvery void, surrounded by nothingness in every possible direction. There's nothing beneath you, no ground, no floor, no up, no down. Bright gray light shines from everywhere and nowhere at once. Directly behind you, you just emerged from a rippling circle of bright silver, like liquid metal, like mercury rippling in a pan, but hanging in the air. From it extends a conduit, a whirling cyclone of fog and wind, winding through the void. It hovers and wavers wildly, barely in control. You can feel its forces pulling at you. You can see your companions, John and Gastone, being hurtling through it as they head towards the other side of the portal. You were supposed to go that way. You still can. You don't have to. The dragon tooth around your neck drinks in the light. It glows even brighter with the same light, but it shines beyond anything else around it. And it floats away from you like a star hanging in a gray-silver sky. And as you look at it just floating in front of your face, beyond it, impossibly far beyond it, in the last light of twilight, something vast, something impossibly huge flows across the infinite horizon on wings of silver and swirling light. And it sees you.
Okay. I want to go towards that.
All right. So you, as soon as you think the thought, you start moving towards it. You just start floating. Just the moment that that idea occurs to you, you are propelled by an unseen force forward in towards the horizon. And as you do, you can feel the force tethering you to the conduit, to your friends, weakening, stretching like a cord about to snap. But as you go forward, not only is your mind projecting you in this space, but now you're starting to have more thoughts. They're not sounds. They're thought bits and pieces of thoughts, like echoes, like fragments, things half remembered by somebody else in a language you don't even understand. you start to hear voices in your own mind. What do you do?
Weird. Can I talk? Can
Yeah.
I
Yeah, absolutely.
just be like, hello? Is anyone out there?
There's not even an echo. There's nothing to echo back at you. Your words just kind of fall out into the void flatly and go nowhere.
Weird. I want to try like spinning around or something if I'm all floaty.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check. Just an intelligence check. So find your intelligence score and click on the number right next to it on it.
Okay. Intelligence. Not the save.
14. Okay. All right. Excellent. Yeah. You are able to spin yourself around pretty fast, actually, and with no air resistance at all. It is,
Whoa.
scrambling your inner ear a little bit as you're just, but you can do it.
That's cool. I want to look back at my friends.
They are
What do I
hurtling
see
through the
over
tunnel
there?
of fog faster and faster, getting farther and farther away from you
Okay.
towards an unseen destination.
Ugh. I am at an impasse. Gosh, okay. Asena's just gonna yell. And, talking didn't work or talking felt weird. She's just trying weird things. So she's gonna yell into the void.
Mhm. Just a yell, no words,
Just
just
a yell. There's no
Okay.
words, yeah.
All right.
I'll save your guys' earballs.
Roll 1d100.
Oh, okay. $56, the magic number.
The
Okay.
magic number.
Mhm.
You just barely hear yourself yelling back at you, but from behind you.
Ooh. Weird. Can I go farther?
You can. As you
Farther
start,
in?
yeah, you're just focusing on going further in.
Yeah.
All right. You start to drift forward. That's the only place you can tell that you're going. You can tell you're getting further away from the things you saw, from the rippling pool of liquid metal behind you and the conduit of spinning, rampaging fog, where your friends are continuing to be whisked further and further away. You're moving away from that, but you don't know what you're moving towards. You're just sort of moving forward into the fog.
Yeah. I don't know what else to do.
All right. The connection with your friends is getting more and more weak. It's about to snap. If you pulled on it, you know that you would be dragged right back towards them. But if you continue to proceed, that connection may break. And then who knows what will happen.
Oh my gosh.
What do you do?
I don't know. I'm so tempted to just not go back.
Just full send it.
Yeah.
And we don't notice this at all, right?
No, you're completely
No, we
unaware
would
of it.
not.
This is happening in it's like a single
instant,
moment for you
yeah.
guys, but for her, it's this protracted scene. She's experiencing time differently than you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I imagine that Asena is having the same struggle that I am right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, she
Yeah.
is so drawn to whatever this is and wants to follow it, but also feels really bad like there's something tying her down, which is not cool to her because it hasn't been like this her whole life, and all of a sudden now she has friends or something.
You know you could snap that connection. That strength is in you as well. You could just go completely sever it and float free.
Yeah. And it is very tempting, and she totally could. But also, perhaps she could also come back here. Maybe one day, do this later.
Maybe.
Ah,
How would you get back though?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You could-
See, every time she goes to the
Interesting.
portal, this happens. Maybe.
Or this is the only time it will ever happen. You got to choose
Ever.
now.
True.
She's going to.
For your consideration before you make a decision, I just
Okay.
wanna. This is just a reminder of what you already know, just in case. Remember, Asena was kind of teased with something that Gastone refrained to tell her because there was no time. She still doesn't know what that is.
Oh, so that's what you're gonna use to get me back.
I'm not just. I'm simply reminding you of that scene's existence, nothing more.
God, it's so tempting. She is going to tug on that string and use that to guide her back. And she also gets XP.
And just like that, with a mere thought, you all gain 1 XP from the Dungeon Master muting himself. You are dragged immediately back into the conduit. Passing through the wall is tempestuous. Your thoughts are scrambled. You get spun around in circles, and then the momentum carries you from one side of the portal to the other. Just as the tenuous connection that Haura was able to establish with the Khimzabin Key, hacking this portal to go to a destination it was never meant to reach, snaps, and you're carried by the backlash, the last piece of that sever connection, and thrust forward into a new world.
Oh man. That was tough, you guys.
That was tough, but you stayed. Also, Joe, was that mist like Ralzamon or some shit?
Good question.
Okay. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, oh god, what if she goes to it and then that's it?
Okay,
What if it's bad?
we've just had a treasure redeemed in chat. Do you want it now or when you arrive at your destination?
Oh, I want it. Well, let's get it now. Can we have it now?
Yeah, we can have it
You
now.
take it.
All right. The Dragon Fang absorbs even more of the astral light,
Yes.
and it has now awakened 2 new abilities.
Oh, that's good. That's
One of which
really good.
I will explain as soon as you arrive. The other of which, the next time you score a critical hit with your unarmed attacks, remind me.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Cool.
And with that, you are carried along. Whatever order you entered the portal in the first place, Asena is now at the back. As you all come pouring out the other side, there's only a fraction of a second between your arrival and Asena's arrival. I need all of you to roll Constitution saving throws.
Oh, goodness.
Is this deciding if we're drunk?
No such luck, I'm afraid. All right. John, you're fine. You've done this a million times. Asena not only has never done this before, but she feels invigorated. She feels like she's just, drawn in pure oxygen, just ready to go. Lands on her feet immediately after stepping out of the portal. Gastone,
That was awesome.
give me that con save. Okay, you are a little woozy. You sort of stagger. The momentum, the sense of being transported from one reality to another, the loss of gravity. It's a little bit, you have disadvantage on the first round after you arrive, which is now. And Haura is completely fine.
Classic.
The 4 of you stumble out of a portal onto a metal grate, like a catwalk, a ramp that is going down. Behind you is a massive metal ring. It is not at all identical to the portal you just emerged from. It is a technological wonder, and it's full of it's arcing, it's filled with sparks. Gastone, you've never seen technology like this, but you are probably sure it's not supposed to do any of the things it's doing right now. But what's odd is not that. What's odd is the rest of the room. There is no rest of the room. You are standing in what appears to be an infinite, featureless white void.
Ooh.
Oh.
However, as you're all standing there, I did get one thing slightly wrong. All of your skin is arcing with electricity, just like sort of humming. Your hair is standing up on end. There's just little pieces of static shock. Gastone, you are paralyzed for 1 round. The only one of you who is not affected is Haura.
Whoa.
Everyone
Wait.
else, if you succeeded on your saving throw, you are stunned for 1 round. So, except for Asena, who nailed it. So, John, you're stunned for 1 round. Gastone, you're paralyzed for 1 round. Asena is fine. Haura is also completely unaffected. You are standing
And
again.
we're in a stark white room within, you said?
Portal, metal ramp, completely no walls, no ceiling, just white void. You can barely tell that there's a plane to stand on. And standing in that room as well is a humanoid.
Humanoid?
Yes.
That's a humanoid.
And something human-like.
It's a person. They look human. They're wearing plain white robes. They have, it's impossible to determine sexual identity of any kind. Just lots of robes, face, bare arms. The robes sort of go down to the shoulder. And is standing at the base of the ramp looking up at you. John, none of this is familiar.
I was going to ask, and thank you for confirming.
Mhm.
Does the humanoid look familiar in any way?
No.
Not even clothing, nothing I'd recognize as being a... Nope. Okay, cool.
Nothing.
Good to know.
No cultural reference whatsoever aside from apparently human.
Are we in... Did it work? Are we in Dragoon?
The portal behind you looks like the portal you first took to arrive in Dragoon.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good enough for me for now. You don't happen to have this room prepared, do you?
Not yet.
Cool. No, just wanted to make sure.
The figure silently, with a completely blank expression, raises a hand.
Can Asena also raise her hand?
Absolutely.
You should high-five him, Asena.
I don't want to touch him.
Oh, okay.
Should I touch him?
Got him.
I'm gonna try to
The
high
ru-
five
at-
him.
It's 6 seconds later. Gastone, you're no longer paralyzed. You are stunned. And then 6 seconds after that, you're fine. So,
Cool.
Wait, has this ever happened before when I went through one of these portals?
no, not at all. This is, like
John
I said,
immediately,
unfamiliar.
like, his eyes glance over at Haura when they
Mhm.
arrive, and neither he nor Gastone can move.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get a read on her.
Okay. She's looking suspiciously, not like super, but warily taking in the room, looking all around her, raises an eyebrow at you.
But no maniacal high, you're in my trap kind of a deal.
No.
Cool.
Roll
Then-
insight. Roll insight. Yeah, she's very good at hiding these things, but she seems as stumped as you are.
Okay, that disarms John enough.
The floor is open to any of you. This mysterious figure has simply raised a hand. In an apparent gesture of greeting, Asena has mirrored it. John and Haura have looked around. Gastone has... but is better now. The floor is open. What would you like to do?
I can talk now, right?
You can talk.
Awesome. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, hello. Do you understand? I don't know. I'm just like trying to.
Mhm.
not in Kansas anymore, so I don't know if they speak English.
Hello.
Or whatever they speak in the Commonwealth.
Oh,
He speaks English
it does.
or whatever we speak.
Yeah, it's English. It's English.
Who are you?
I mean, I'm Gastone. I don't know how else to answer that. Are we like, yeah, we're just travelers.
Where do you come from?
Is the
Where do
is-
you
is-
come from?
This is my home.
resisting the urge to say Cotton Eye Joe? Wait. Well, I had a question for gnomes. Northport is still technically Earth, right?
No, though the planet is called Yord.
Yard. So I'll just say we're from Yard.
What's it like there?
Pretty normal.
A lot less white.
What
Why is it here? Like, why is there so much white? What is this?
This is my home. I'm responsible for protecting it.
John's gonna pipe up. Are we in a holding facility?
Similar.
Are we in Exarchate territory?
You are.
And you are?
Fruros. I'm responsible for protecting this place.
What was that name again? Does it ring a bell?
It does not. You've never heard it before. I will type it out in chat.
Is there anyone else here besides you?
Yes. Why have you come here?
Truthfully, in search of technology that
Hmm.
outweighs our own.
With what purpose and intentions?
To save someone?
Who are you trying to save?
How much time do you have?
30 more seconds. But there's no rush, I assure you.
All right, long story short, there's this girl who has this power. It's turning her into shadows. We've made a machine that can temporarily help her, but we need something that can restore her to a normal state of being so she doesn't turn into essentially dust once leaving this chamber.
Interesting. And you believe that that technology can be found here?
Well, certainly not where we came from.
Okay, so you're here in search of technology to help your friend. How do you intend to obtain it?
Diplomatically?
That's ideal.
Your tone tells me that too.
Yes. What about you? Fruros looks over at Asena. Are you here for the same reasons?
No.
Why are you here?
Well, I just kind of felt like I should be. I wanted to go towards the spinny lighty thing, but I guess I decided to come back here, and it looks like everyone else made that choice too.
I get the impression I may not understand everything about you and your journey just yet.
Yeah, we're still working her out too.
If
John
it makes you feel better,
Carmichael.
I don't understand either.
That's understandable. We're all on a search for understanding. John Carmichael,
Yes.
what happened to the last Exarch?
I was actually going to ask you that question. I wanted to speak with the current Exarch. Also, I don't remember this location being under Exarch control when I left last time.
I would be
Has
happy
there been-
to arrange for that and possibly explain some of what's gone on after you answer my question. What happened to the last Exarch?
It's complicated, which is why I'd like to speak to the current Exarch.
I am operating under the Exarch's direct authority.
And like I said, I'll need to speak to the person in charge in order to go over that information.
I am in charge.
So, Furos, you're the Exarch?
No,
Okay.
but this is my
well,
function. And access to the Exarch may be available if you answer my question honestly.
look, Furos, it's not that I don't want to help, but I have no idea who you are and what your actual directive is. We've gone through a portal. We arrived here in a terrible state, and we're in a very foreign area that is not as I recognize it. How can I be certain if what you're telling me is actually true?
The figure wavers and vanishes. The white light surrounding you wavers and vanishes,
Oh.
revealing the room in its truth.
Whoa.
You know,
What
they
is
were
that?
stalling for backup. Yeah.
There are massive six-legged machines, far more sophisticated than anything Dr. Zorbius has ever built, armed to the teeth. There are metal figures that resemble humanoids in all respect, carrying rifles, again, of technology, Gastone, that you've never seen. It looks like the heat ray, except built by somebody who a lot more knew what they were doing. You are in a large metal room. John, this looks much more familiar. Yes,
Yeah.
I've changed the art since the last time, but this is the room that you remember. There are gun
Absolutely.
turrets completely surrounding you. All of them are trained on you. A metal army with weapons all drawn. They're not aimed at you, except for the gun turrets, but they are surrounding you.
These spider-like machines, are these the gun turrets or are they somewhere we can't see?
Nope, those are warbots.
Warbots?
Yeah, you've seen these before. There are gun turrets here.
Oh, those little things. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Ah, excellent.
I should have chose the light, you guys. I'm sorry.
What? What light?
When we were going through the portal, like we got like flying through space. Ignore that.
You saw a light? I didn't see a light.
Oh yeah, there was a. Wait, what do you mean? When you walked through, you didn't see like stars and like mist and like the string. I wanted to go into it, but then I was gonna have to leave you two, and I guess I didn't want to do that yet.
I mean,
John leans in. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say. I mean, I didn't see anything like that. Stars were always kind of more of your thing, and also, nice. That's flattering.
Ugh.
But also,
John-
yet.
Leans in and whispers to Haura, did you see anything that she's describing?
She shakes her head.
I'm not
Okay.
crazy, you guys.
I mean, no. We always knew you were special. And I mean, like, with the whole necklace, Dargan, all that stuff kind of way.
This
Oh, yeah,
mechanical
that
army,
was
by the way,
glowing.
is just sitting there while this conversation is happening. They're not moving.
I love that.
They're not doing anything threatening. They're not talking. They're just sitting there. Carry on.
Nice.
John kind of, hey guys, that's is very interesting. Let's table this discussion until we, kind of figure out where we stand with this Exarchate army here.
Okay. Before we do that, can I
Fine.
just leave it with can I just end this conversation on one very nice parting thought? Asena likes us.
Asena likes
She pretends, but
us.
she likes us.
Stop it, you guys. I was telling you that I should have left you, okay?
But you didn't.
Well, now, John's right. I think we have a situation on our hands. I don't know
Mhm.
where we are,
Mhm.
and it's kind of. I don't think I like it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
John steps forward, not by a lot, just taking a step kind of defensively in front of his companions. Furos, if you're still here, I think that we should put all the guns and weaponry down. John kind of holds his hands up in a more submissive fashion. And why don't you take us to a holding area where we can sit down and you can get me some leadership who I can speak to about what happened before I left last time.
I am leadership. The Exarchate operates under a single unified will. I am a subdivision of that will, operating optimally for the common good of all of Lacunas' survivors. I am fully authorized by the current Exarch in all my activities and parameters. It is under
Okay,
that
let me
authority
let me,
that I ask
let me
you.
rephrase this then, Furos. I don't want to answer your questions while you're surrounding me with gun turrets and who knows what else. I am requesting an audience in a more serviceable position with, call it what you want, whether it be a consciousness, a facility of a individual, but I want to sit down in a chair in front of somebody and I want to be interrogated properly.
Your request has been accepted with a single contingency.
That is,
What happened to the previous Exarch, John?
it died.
How?
You're going to find out, aren't you?
I may already know, John. I want to hear it from you.
This is a little odd. Are you sure your programming is optimized, Piros?
I am 100% confident.
The Exarch requested it itself.
Why?
Corruption.
Of what nature?
Well, that's pretty complicated. Again, less guns, more tables and chairs.
You are doing very well. Continue to answer the question, and we will proceed. I am responsible for the security of this entire world. Negotiation will be possible after you have complied.
The Exarch was infected by a virus of a technological nature. It was infected and corrupted beyond repair, and it asked, as part of our previous interaction, the Exarch asked me to destroy and remove the corruption, and that it would reform a new leadership base with which to start anew.
Identity verified. Welcome back to Lacunas, John Carmichael. It is good to see you again. They all immediately disarm, stop aiming at you. The Exarch wishes to speak with you at the center. I have procured an escort for you and your friends. It will be available for launch immediately.
I was hoping to grab some tea
Launch?
first, but
We have supplies available for you and would be happy to provide. Please
that sounds very good, Piros.
follow the indicators. We'll move you to a holding cell. No, it wouldn't say a holding cell. We'll move you to a staging lounge where you'll be able to resupply yourselves before the trip. Please proceed swiftly. Your arrival will have been noticed.
And John starts walking, following the indicators to this
Glowing
not
lights.
holding cell.
Go ahead.
Gastone will also walk and whisper to Asena, "You see this shit? They just backed off."
So confused.
You walk past the
Not gonna lie, me too.
gigantic, again, these are war robots that are 15, 20 feet across with gigantic energy weapons on top as you begin to move through the facility. When
wanna
we
touch
come
it.
back. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to touch it.
Okay. You reach out, you touch it. It's metal, but it's almost like a metallic plastic, some sort of advanced compound. Your research is probably heading in this direction, but this is as if you had skipped several steps.
Okay. I got questions for these guys later.
All right. Well,
That's not an animal.
No, it's not.
no.
Weird.
John looks over at Gastone, and now that we're here, I have a toy that I've been looking forward to showing you. And I think once we wrap up this business, this would be the place and time to show you.
All right.
Were you getting scared, John?
Am I getting scared? No, I'm never scared.
No, were you? Did you think you were in trouble?
I knew I was in trouble.
Well, are we still in trouble?
I basically killed the president before I left. Of course I did.
Oh. Well,
Oh.
you seem to be happy about it, I guess.
Well, okay, imagine if that president was a glorified figurehead for a... Look, it was bad, all right? I don't want to make any specific indications to real world events, but look, it was a very, very bad thing. It was aware that it was only getting worse, and it asked me to help a transition. However, the rest of the Exarchate had no idea, and so I was public enemy number one when I left.
Oh.
Didn't really have
Oh.
enough time to explain that, and since there was nothing left of the previous Exarch to explain, it looked like I just showed up, killed their leader, and left. That being said, the Exarchate is an incredibly fascinating and intelligent group. Consciousness. Anyways, I'm sure they figured out what was going on and needed to confirm with me. And will likely still continue to confirm with me.
True.
Haura
Pretty
leans over to
cool.
Asena. Imagine the mayor of Northport was taken over by Ralzamon and doing Ralzamon's will, but then he realized what was happening and he asked you to punch him in the face. But the rest of
Huh.
Northport didn't know that Ralzamon was using him, so they just thought that you punched the mayor in the face.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
That is a much better description. See, Hara, that's why
You
I
are
miss having you
way-
around.
You were way better at this than I expected you to be.
Hence why she was invaluable.
The four of you make your way through the facility onwards towards whatever awaits you in the wild wastes of Lacunas, and we will find out what that is. We'll get Gastone a chance to take apart some high tech and build some stuff. We'll see if Asena can realize the new powers of the Dragon's Fang, and John will try to figure out what the heck has happened to this planet in his absence next week when we return to Coriander Society Adventures Arc 2 Dragoon. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.